Hello, how are you? So, welcome. I have another review on the podcast. Thank you so much, Lushar. Michelle shares so much inspiration and motivation. She's honest and thoughtful amongst us all. I've been in the hub, which is our members area, for 2 months, and I'm amazed at how far I've come with my art and my confidence. Definitely recommend joining her team of Fab 2. Thank you so much for that lovely review. It makes my day when I see a nice little review like that. So thank you. And today I wanted to talk about differences again, because the last two episodes I've talked about the differences between things, and we've talked about the differences between copying versus being inspired by, and we've talked about the difference between inspired by somebody versus comparing and the negative consequences when we do compare. And it's been really interesting because I think I've now started to notice these differences between things, and I wanted to just share something that I learned myself last week in case it helps you. So as we've been looking at differences and I've been noticing differences, one thing that I noticed last week was I was starting to do some things really, really out of my comfort zone. So there's some things on my list, and they're things that I've never done before. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying new things and exploring and doing things probably not the best way because I've never done it before. I'm learning. And it's hard. So we have a magazine coming out soon, which is amazing. And it's always been a dream of mine to do this magazine. And now we're doing it. It's hard. It's really hard. And there's some hard stuff that we have to do behind the scenes to get it out there. And earlier in the week, last Tuesday, Wednesday, I think it was, it's really weird how fear creeps in, because I was feeling this resistance, and I had this stuff on my to-do list, and I literally could feel myself just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. And then it felt so painful. And I know I'm probably being a bit of a drama queen here, but it really did. It just like, I just don't want to do it. I'm not enjoying it. It's hard. And so then what started happening was I actually found myself telling myself stories. And I actually started to say to myself, I don't think I want to do this magazine anymore, actually. No, I think, and I started to actually question my whole life, thinking maybe I should just, do something so much easier, so much, why am I doing all of this? Why am I doing it? I started questioning everything. It was so funny. And I realized in that moment, as I started to do this, as my mind started to go a bit out of control, like, why are you doing all of this to yourself? That there's a fine line between giving up on something because you really don't like it and giving up on something because it's hard. And what happened is extraordinary, because the day after this resistance happened, I was lying in bed with my children, and we sometimes scroll back and look at videos and pictures from when they were babies. And as we were scrolling back, I found a video from 4 years ago. No, yeah, 4 years ago. 4 years ago to the day, basically. It was from April, which I'm going to share during our Your Art Matters event. I'm digging this video out and I will share it with you. But basically, I was crying in the video because I was finding things so hard, and I was crying, just saying I hadn't launched the hub. I hadn't written my course, which is what I teach over inside the hub, the 7 keys. And I was going through this whole thing of setting it up. And in the video, I was saying, I've announced that it's happening, but I can't do it. I'm going to have to put the launch back. It's too much. It's like it's caving in on me. This thing that it was really interesting to see back, because I was like, this thing that I've started to have this idea of is turning into a course. It's becoming so big. And I had post-it notes all over my wall, and it was overwhelming. And I was crying in this thing, like, I just want to give up. I just want to hide away. And it was really interesting watching that video back 4 years on, because I didn't give up and I kept pushing. And I sat there and thought to myself, what advice would I give myself back then? And it would be, keep going, Michelle, keep going. It's hard. It is hard, but keep going, because your course is going to go on to change the lives of so many. Like, when I look back now, I can't believe the struggle then, what has come from that struggle. So fast forward to now, I'm going through another stage in my life. It's hard. And I phoned my friend the other day and I said, I feel like I'm treading through thick sand. It's hard, and I don't feel like I'm getting where I want to be. And it's difficult. And I felt like giving up. And it came at such a timely time because it made me realize that whatever I'm feeling right now, it's not that I don't want to do it because I hate it and I don't want to do it anymore. It's because it's hard and things are hard and you've got to push through. And so it got me thinking again about these differences. And I thought to myself, wow, there is a real fine line in life between giving up on something that we hate and we know is the end and that we don't want to do it anymore, versus giving up on something that's just hard. And then I started to think how that translates to art. Sharon was talking to me this week saying that she is pushing her art into a new direction. She's doing her own course, Make Your Mark. She's had a conversation with somebody in the art world who she really looks up to, that pushes her out of her comfort zone, and she's pushing her art into a different direction. And she said, and I'm feeling that resistance. It's hard. I don't like what I'm producing, and I just want to go back to doing what I really, really love and what I'm really good at. But I know I need to push through this resistance because my art will get better. So it's this period where it's really tough and we don't like it. And now when I'm going through this phase, I remind myself that it's growing pains. And that's what I've been saying to myself this week. These are growing pains, Michelle. You've got to keep growing and push yourself. But equally, that being said, I do think there is a place for saying no. I looked back this week at times that I have given up on things and thought to myself, did I give up because it was too hard, or did I give up for the right reasons? And I remember when I was doing my business degree, I gave up on that halfway through, and I'm glad I gave up. It was hard. It was really, really hard. But looking back now, I don't mind, because I really wasn't enjoying it enough to keep pushing that through. Whereas there's some things I look back on and I think, yeah, I gave up, and it's probably because it was just hard, and maybe I could have kept going. But the thing is, now there's no point. You can't change it, can you? So all you can do now is look forwards to the decisions that we're making from now and think, yeah, I'm going to push through on this. So Sharon's pushing through with her art. I'm pushing through with the things that I'm working on. And I think it's just a really good, again, a realization to just notice when we're making these decisions. And it's not an easy decision to make, whether to give up on something or keep going, but to recognize whether it is the fear. And I was really fortunate this week to look back at a video where I could see myself 4 years ago and the struggle to now. And it made me realize that I do need to keep going myself. So it also applies to so many things in life, doesn't it? I started to think about relationships and how sometimes we give up on a relationship or a friendship, and maybe it's just getting tough and we need to push through. And then inside our hub membership last week and the week before, we started to talk about fish. There is a relationship between what I'm talking about here. I'm not just going off on a tangent. We started to talk about fish, and a lady in my community said, I want to start exploring fish. And I've always resisted it before because I feel like my art should have this deep meaning and it should be intellectual. And she said, and I feel like when I do fish, it's just fish. And it was a really interesting conversation. And we were in this group talking, and so many people came forward saying, I I'm inspired by fish, and I had fish. All these stories started coming to the surface. It was amazing. And everyone started to recall memories about fish. So I have been seeing fish everywhere now because it's in my RAS, and it's like the red car. When you buy a red car, you see them everywhere. So I've been seeing fish everywhere. And then I was watching a film last night, Abominable, with the kids. And in that film, there were koi carp swimming, and one of the characters talks about how koi carp are symbolic for having persistence. And I was like, oh, there's that thing that relates to my theory of these differences and giving up. And so I spent this morning looking and Googling koi carp and the persistence and how they swim against the current, and they're known for getting into the zone, and it's hard and they're going against the current, but they're determined and they know their purpose and they just keep pushing through. And it's amazing to have just discovered that this morning, literally just before I came on today. So no idea if this is going to help you or if it's of any interest, but I just wanted to share where my brain has been going this week, and how I think it's so important that we recognize these things in ourselves, because it's so damaging sometimes to give up when it's something that is going to take us somewhere amazing or incredible. And it's just because it got really hard. And it's so easy for us to give up because our brain wants to protect us. It wants to say, this is hard. Why are you doing this? Stop, stay here where it's comfortable. Why would you do this to yourself? So hopefully that plants a seed in someone, and you might start seeing fish everywhere now this week, as I've started seeing fish everywhere. And I love my koi carp story. And I love symbolic references like that, because I might print the koi out now and put that on my board because it will remind me to have that persistence like the koi carp fish. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I am going to jump to the comments and see how you are. Lovely to see you all here. Hello. Happy Monday, everybody. I have not been feeling well at all. Yesterday, I was really unwell, but I'm feeling a bit better this morning. Still not 100%. But my poor daughter, I know lots of people have been asking because I wasn't in the studio session on Friday inside the hub. And my poor daughter has COVID. She's been really unwell for the last couple of weeks, and she got a test. So we're all isolating now. And I'm starting to feel a bit off. So taking it easy this week, definitely. Oh, oh, the jab. It's nice and sunny here as well today. Yeah, yeah, we can get out in the garden at some point. Oh, I meant to bring my egg up. Evelyn sent me an egg. I'll show you next week. An Easter egg, but a fine art Easter egg. No, I do like a bit of drama. Oh, Julie says, this is so relevant to me right now. Thank you so much. Oh, hello, Roxanne. First time I'm happy about daylight saving time. Michelle's videos start at an hour later in the US. That's good. Although I think our clocks change soon again. Or have our clocks changed? No, they haven't, have they? I'm getting confused. Hey, Leah, I'm finding that too. So many opportunities are starting to come up because I've kept going, even though I'm finding certain parts really hard. That's great. Yeah, also with momentum, feel your gut. No, we don't regret the things we love. Hey Peggy, lovely to see you here. This is so timely for me. I'm finding that I'm struggling with my confidence in my art practice, but your words have given me the support I need to set, yeah, myself in possibly high standards that simply serve to discourage me when I don't meet them. Thank you. Oh, and talking about this in terms of making art, it's really applicable. We've been talking about this before, where there's the gap, and in my own art, I'm seeing the gap myself, where I'm making art and it's missing something. And it is that stage again where you're resisting, and it's hard, and you're not entirely sure how you're going to get this thing out of your head to make the art that you really want to make. And sometimes you just want to just give up because you don't like what's coming out. It's almost too painful to see because it's not where you want it to be. And then you just think, what's the point if this is what I'm making now? But the truth is, that's just now. And we all know that the more you practice and practice and practice, like the first time you pick up a trumpet, you could spend weeks on it, and eventually you'll start to get somewhere. And it's that period of, it's going to sound awful for a long time. Some people can just pick them up and start playing them, but ordinarily it takes time, doesn't it, to push through that stage of something being really difficult, something being messy. It's not the way we want it. We sound terrible. It looks terrible. I'm making mistakes. So I'm doing that right now. I'm doing some new things and I'm thinking, this is such a rubbish way of doing it. But next time I'll do it differently and I'll do it better. And seeing that video back from 4 years ago, I think now, wow, I was overwhelmed by doing this one small thing. Well, it wasn't a small thing, actually. It was a really big thing. But now, compared to what I'm doing, it seems quite small. I'm juggling so many different things now and projects that I would never have dreamt of 4 years ago. So it shows that our capabilities grow, our confidence grows the more we push through these things as well. So keep going, Peggy. We are here to support you. Keep pushing through. Lindsay says, morning, needing some motivation. So disappointed I still cannot open my art studio due to COVID restrictions. This affects my posts on Instagram and PR. Can you not do a virtual one? I'm not sure if you're inside our members hub, but one of our members, Catherine, and she's going to share the lesson with us, just did a virtual open studio. It was incredible. And she made quite a few sales from that. And she said she really enjoyed it, never did it before. And she's packaging that up as a little lesson for us inside the membership. So yeah, you could maybe do a virtual open studio. But sending you a big hug. Yay. Hey, Linda. Yeah, moving forward is important. Even if we make mistakes, we learn from them. If it turns out disastrous, put it behind you. Yeah. Lovely advice. Thank you for that. Oh, thank you so much, Catherine. You've all been on this journey with me as well. It's incredible. Just like a big family. Oh, Karen, thank you. I wanted to thank you personally. I find your messages very positive and centered, useful and foundational for us all. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Hey, Susan. I've been teaching art for so many years that I feel now I find it difficult to concentrate on my own art. Oh, yeah, we hear this one a lot. I'm kind of dead scared. Yeah. I've seen this a lot in the years that I've been working with artists and also with my own tutors, and seen that their struggle. And Sharon was a tutor for a long time and found that difficult. Again, it's that resistance, because you're pouring into other people and not yourself. And I think, yeah, you're probably scared. You might be scared because you know there's going to be that gap as well to begin with, where it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be hard thinking, who am I? What do I want to do again? But I think the faster you can embrace it, the quicker you'll move forward with your own art. So speaking from experience here, I left mine for a long, long time. And now I only have a few hours a week on my own art, and that's choice because I love making lessons for the hub and helping other artists. For me, that's my why, that's my big passion. But my own art is still important, and I do that for a few hours on a Friday. And I am learning so much about myself by carving out that time to make my own art. It is incredible. It's a therapy. It's helping me understand the past. It's helping me understand the present. I literally cannot believe I'm taking Make Your Mark, and I can't believe what is coming up from the connections just from making my own art for those few hours a week. So I urge you to dig out your own stuff, Susan, and go for it. Hello, Carolyn. Just finished a story of my life project that involved 3 self-portraits of past, present, and future self. Interesting. That sounds great. Been so inspiring and had a lovely response to what I've created. I want to carry on with my art, but need to self-motivate myself to do it. My flute was like that, lots of squeaks to start. That project sounds lovely. Hello, Niche. How are you? I'm up and down every day. Oh, bless you. I was happy last week that I sold my elephant drawing to a client in Kenya. Wow! And she's paid, also possibly got another commission. That's amazing. Worth 1,500. Yay! I'm cheering you, Niche. That's amazing. Well done. Well done. Thank you. It's just, I wish it was gin and tonic. It's just the water today. That is the kind of size of gin and tonic I feel like drinking. Oh yeah, look at this. Melanie says, spend far too much time looking back rather than forwards. Yeah, I think it's okay to dip back. It's okay to dip back, to learn. I reflect sometimes on, why did that happen? Why did this happen? But not dwell. And yes, thinking forwards is good as well. Like to think about the future. I watched a great program last night about the brain. It was on Netflix. How the brain works. And it was talking about how when we recall memories, it's obviously a certain part of the brain. I can't remember any of the terminology. And when we visualize things, which is why I always talk about visualization, it triggers the same kind of part of the brain. And I've heard this before, that when we imagine something in our mind's eye, it's as powerful. The brain sometimes doesn't know whether that was something that actually happened or whether it did happen. And so that's why visualization is so incredible. And I think using that's been massive for me, visualizing my future and what I want. I went through a period of visualizing every single day. I don't do it every day now, but when I was really fixed and blocked and I didn't feel like I was moving anywhere, I do still use it now. So I was doing a lot of work for the magazine last week and I didn't want to do it. And I was finding it really hard. And I just visualized myself. I just closed my eyes and visualized myself doing it, getting it done. And it's really powerful. And so I think that looking forward in that respect, building your future in your mind's eye is really powerful. And then I think focusing on now is the most important thing. So, like right this minute, today, where am I? What am I doing? And what is important? I just think that got me through so much painful stuff last year when I was feeling depressed and crying a lot about personal stuff that was going on in my life. It was usually because I was looking back or looking forwards, not looking where I am now. I was either looking back at, oh, this happened and I want that back so badly, or I was thinking the future image in my head that I created isn't going to happen anymore and it's a disaster and I'm a failure because that's what I wanted so badly. And whenever I kept going backwards and forwards was when I was then at my worst and I was getting really upset and angry about life. And then as soon as I just started to focus on now and stop myself going back or forwards, and I just focused on today and right now, what's happening today, that eased so much of my anxiety and my sadness. And I think the sadness had to come out. I was glad. I spent weeks crying, and I think, so, sometimes you've got to just let it all out, haven't you? And then I brought myself back to the present moment, like today. So I'm going off on a tangent now. But yes, thank you, Melanie. Yes, we can spend too much time looking back and it can be damaging. Oh, thank you. It's the end of the month. The clocks change. I never know. I'm one of those people that haven't got a clue. Thank you for all the love, sending get well soon wishes. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be able to do this live session this morning because I was on the sofa all day yesterday, basically. Oh, good recommendation here. I've got a recommendation as well. You've just reminded me. The Power of Now. Oh, I will write that one down. Thank you. And you've just reminded me, I was going to mention a book that I read a long time ago, which is about talking about these differences between giving up on something because it's hard and giving up on something because you really hate it. I can't multitask, hold on. And there's a book called The Big Leap. The Big Leap by Gary Hendricks, I think. And in that book, he talks about how as we are growing as people, things get hard. And it's a really interesting book that talks about how we start to sabotage our own success as well. This is something else. So when we're pushing through and we are growing, we start to sabotage that success and that potential to succeed. We start to tell ourselves, because again, it's uncomfortable, we start to tell ourselves, actually, I don't want to do this type of art anymore. I'm just going to just give up. I'm going to keep doing this job, or, this is just not working. It's just not working. I'm just going to do this instead. And it's actually the sabotage. We're sabotaging it. And it's either because it's hard and we're resisting, or sometimes we're actually scared of the success. We're scared of where this is going to lead. And so we jump in, our brain, the part of the brain that wants to protect us and keep us safe, jumps in and goes, yeah, you don't want to do this anymore. So, yeah. Oh, I'm good. Oh, Sonia, that's so good. I love your honesty. Been feeling the same, but getting my confidence back to make more art. Yes, keep pushing through. Oh, yes, Vanessa, I've seen Soul. I love that. Yes. We watched it. The kids love it. Have you seen the film Soul? I can tell you that will help you see what's for you. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's such a beautiful film. Thank you, Mary. Hey, Mary. Yeah, Isaac seems to have escaped the virus. We've all of us have been tested, and Morgan's the only one who's got a positive case. I'm surprised because I've had all the symptoms in the last 2 days. But anyway, poor Morgan, she's been really sick and it's really upset her stomach, and we had a big fright at the weekend, but luckily she's on the mend now. So yes, thank you for asking. Right. Oh, yeah. I don't know why we do it to ourselves. Our brains, yes. They're crazy, aren't they? Yeah, this morning I lay in bed and I actually felt okay. Then I started to feel a bit ill again, so I just had a big long soak in the bath. But it was good to do this today. Again, I think it just distracts your mind from how you feel, and I'm glad that I'm here with you all because it's so nice to start the week this way. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. If you are a Hub member, we will be doing breakout sessions this Thursday. They are really, really amazing. Very informal. You'll just get put into a small group of three or four people, and you can chat about stuff with the group. It's really lovely for you to meet other members that way. So we'll be doing that on Thursday. So take care, everybody. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.